Hi and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll be talking about finding the dot product of two vectors. Now, the steps that we have to follow, the first one is to write down the vectors being multiplied in brackets. Now, we do this step to avoid making mistakes. So after we've written them down, the next step is to multiply the vectors with the same letters together. After that, we'll have gotten the dot product A dot B. With that in mind, let's get into it. Okay, so we're getting the dot product of A multiplied by B. So the first step, we arrange them in brackets. So A dot B is equal to vector A is I plus 2j plus 3k multiplied by vector B is 3i plus 6j plus 2k. Now, we've completed the first step. The next step is to multiply the vectors with the same letters. Now, by same letters, what we mean is that I multiplied by I, or this is the x component multiplied by the x component, the y component of A with the y component of B. So if we multiply this one and this one, it will be, and we have to make sure we know the coefficient in front of I. If there's nothing, it means that the coefficient is 1. So that's 1 multiplied by 3. Then on the outside, we'll put I times I plus 2 and 6. So that becomes 2 multiplied by 6. Then we'll put j plus 3 by 2. This becomes 3, 2. Then we'll put k. Now, I times I or j times j or k times k, all this gives us 1. So here it will be 1, here 1, here 1. So it's the same as leaving out I times I. So 1 times 3 is going to give us 3 plus 2 times 6 is going to give us 12 plus 3 times 2 is 6. So if we add all these together, 3 plus 12 plus 6, this gives us 21. Now, in a previous video, the video that's showing up on the screen, we were finding the dot product of these two vectors, the exact same vectors, but we were given an angle. So that's one way of finding the dot product using this formula. A dot B is equal to the magnitude of A, magnitude of B times cos theta. We use this formula if you've been given theta. We use this other method when we haven't been given the angle between them. Now, you can be asked to find this angle theta. In that case, you would have to find the dot product using this method we've used today. Then find the magnitude of A, find the magnitude of B, and make cos theta the subject. So if we make cos theta the subject here, we'd have to divide both sides by the magnitude of A times B, making it cos theta is equal to the dot product divided by the magnitude of A times the magnitude of B. In that case, that's how you would find theta. In fact, let's try it just so we can see how to find theta. We already have A multiplied by B, or the dot product A times B, which is 21. Let's find the magnitude of A and the magnitude of B to see the angle which we will get. Alright, so the dot product itself is equal to 21. We need to find the magnitude of A and the magnitude of B. So the magnitude of A is equal to the square root of the x component squared plus the y component squared plus the z component squared. This gives us the square root of the coefficient in front of I is 1 squared plus coefficient in front of j is 2 and the coefficient in front of k is 3. This all gives us 1 plus 4 plus 9, which is equal to 14. So the magnitude of A is 14. So let's write it here. Magnitude of A is equal to square root of 14. Let's find the magnitude of B. The magnitude of B is equal to, same formula, the x component squared times y component squared times the z component squared. This gives us square root of the x component is 3, y component 6, and what is the z component? 2. 3 squared gives us 9. 6 squared gives us 36. 2 squared gives us 4. And what's 9 plus 36 plus 4? That's 49. This gives us 7. Therefore, the magnitude of B is equal to 7. Let's write it down here. Magnitude of B is equal to 7. Finally, we use this formula to get our angle theta. So it will be cos theta is equal to the dot product of these two divided by the magnitude of A times the magnitude of B. Now, we already got the dot product as 21. This is divided by the magnitude of A. Magnitude of A is square root 14. The magnitude of B is 7. This is equal to cos theta. You can simplify, cancel 7 can go into 7 once, 7 can go into 21 3 times, leaving us with cos theta is equal to 3 over the square root of 14. Get theta, we'll say theta is equal to cos inverse 3 over square root 14. You can use your calculator. This gives us theta is equal to 36.7 degrees. Now, if you watch the video that's showing on the screen, you see that we got theta as 36.7 was given to us in the last video, and in this case we've found it as theta is equal to 36.7 degrees.